Depression is one of the leading mental health problems that most negatively affects people's lives around the world. According to data from the World Health Organization, WHO, approximately 5 out of every 100 people, around 5%, experience major depression. Maybe your next-door neighbor, your classmate, your coworker, or maybe even you. Even though depression is so common, recognizing and diagnosing it is more difficult compared to other health problems. For this reason, depression often behaves like an invisible cancer. From the outside a person may seem perfectly fine, but inside there is a great struggle. We all feel bad from time to time, breaking up with a partner, failing a class, having our heart broken, losing someone we love, losing a job, having an argument, and sometimes we may feel down even when there is no clear reason. Even if it doesn't seem to have a visible cause, it may be connected to a suppressed emotion. However, this is usually temporary, and after a while our emotions return to normal, and we continue with our lives. Feeling down, which almost everyone experiences, and clinical depression can sometimes look similar, but they are very different. Depression is not just feeling sad, it is a condition that shows itself through specific changes in our brain and body. In depression, emotions like sadness, heartbreak, and lack of motivation stay with us persistently. According to Beck's cognitive triad of depression, the perception of self, the world, and the future is negative. In other words, I am worthless, useless, the world is a bad place, and I have no hope for the future. According to DSM-5 criteria for depression, a diagnosis of major depression requires experiencing at least 5 of the symptoms for at least 2 weeks, loss of interest or pleasure in daily activities, persistent sadness, emptiness, or hopelessness, sleep disturbances, too much or too little, loss of energy or fatigue, feelings of worthlessness, guilt, or helplessness, difficulty concentrating or making decisions, appetite changes or weight fluctuations, restlessness, thoughts of death or suicide. It can last longer than 2 weeks and begin to impair the person's functioning, meaning they may receive a diagnosis of depression. It seriously affects work life, social life, and relationships. It cannot be resolved simply by wanting to snap out of it or by others saying you're exaggerating, it's nothing, or pull yourself together. Depression is a medical condition. This is similar to telling someone with a broken leg, what's there to exaggerate? If you try, you can step on it and walk. A person can only walk healthily after the healing process of this medical problem with proper treatment. Depression is not only about mood, it is also connected to chemical and structural changes in the brain. There is an imbalance in serotonin, dopamine, and norepinephrine levels. Neurotransmitters, chemicals that regulate emotions and hormones in the brain, work irregularly. These disrupt feelings such as love, connection, and relaxation. Hippocampal shrinkage, related to stress hormones, affecting memory and learning. Frontal lobe volume decreases, the region responsible for logical thinking and decision-making becomes smaller. Increased amygdala activation, the emotion-regulating part of the brain becomes more focused on negative emotions. There is no single universal cause of depression. Many mental health studies focus on 2 areas, genetics or environment. Research shows that both factors can play a role. 1. Biological causes. If there is someone in the family diagnosed with depression, the child may have a predisposition. 2. Psychological causes, traumas and losses, negative thinking patterns such as constant self-blame, feeling worthless, and hopelessness feed depression. Low stress management, difficulty coping with challenging situations increases the likelihood of depression. 3. Environmental/social causes, social isolation, loneliness and lack of support can trigger depression. High stress, if pressure from work, school, or finances continues for a long time, the risk increases. Life events, divorce, job loss, serious illness, and similar events can trigger depression. Studies show that people who suspect they may be depressed tend to leave the solution to time. But waiting is not a solution, there are correct treatment paths. Psychological support can make a significant difference. When needed, combining psychotherapy with medication is one of the most effective treatments for depression. Medication and therapy balance brain chemicals and support each other, helping a person normalize their emotions in a lasting way. Depression should be approached from multiple angles: nutrition, focusing on gut health, increasing spiritual focus, taking regular walks, and updating social environments to support one's well-being. Daily practical suggestions: set small goals, take a 10-minute walk today. Write down your thoughts, try to catch the thoughts you have when your mood is low. Question these thoughts with Socratic questioning and try to replace them with more realistic ones. Mindfulness or breathing exercises, they reduce stress hormones. Don't forget, depression is an illness, not a weakness. It has both mental and biological foundations. With scientifically proven steps, recovery is possible. Small steps can create big changes. If you have never experienced depression, never compare the emotions of someone going through it with ordinary sadness. Saying things like "we've all been depressed, everyone gets sad," can amplify the intense guilt that a depressed person already feels. If you don't know how to help, simply talking about depression and feelings can be beneficial. Research shows that even conversational approaches can reduce suicidal thoughts. And remember, you are valuable, a soul chosen by the Creator as worthy of being sent to this world. The difficult things you experience are challenges that strengthen you, and you can overcome them.